Hello, do you want to create engagement? Do you want to get closer to your customers? I think you probably do. You probably do. So this week, we're going to talk about 5 ways to do that. But check this out first. All right, engagement. You want to create engagement. So, what is engagement? Let's start with that because it has many definitions. It could be getting ready to get married, it could be a battle on a battlefield, but I really like this particular definition of engagement. This is from Webster's Dictionary. We had a paper copy of that at some point, remember? But here's what it is: to be emotionally involved or committed. Engagement means to be emotionally involved or committed. Does that sound about how you want to have the relationship with your customers? I think it does. I think it does. So, what does that mean to you to be emotionally involved or committed? And how do we build a foundation around that for our customers to really get closer to us and us to get closer to them? Why? Because that means business growth. It means we're doing the right thing to help people. It also means to be emotionally involved and committed works internally in your company also, right? Internally. So don't you want your employees, your team members to be emotionally involved or committed? I certainly do. We want people who are dedicated to doing what they're doing or dedicated to a relationship because they make the best partners in a business, both internally and externally. So this week, we're going to talk about 5 ways to create engagement. Now, obviously, there are more than that in life. There are more than 5 ways in life to create this. But I'm going to break down 5 to help you grow your business. And we're going to go basic and we're going to go super advanced. But the reality is you can do all of these things. And they work. They work. They've been proven to work time and time and time again over history, through technology, through current business practices, through current business growth. So let's start with number one. Number one, like I said, we're starting with the framework here, okay? The framework. And this one really is a foundational aspect of this: conversation. It is pretty basic, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You're thinking to yourself, Adam, I didn't tune into this live broadcast here for you to tell me I need to have conversation with people. Yeah, you did. You did tune in here for me to tell you that you should be having conversation with people. Why? Because it creates emotional involvement and commitment. I think you would absolutely agree with that it creates emotional involvement and commitment. So the reality is we need to be working on this. And what happened during COVID? COVID was a good test of how close our relationships are with our customers, with our employees, with our shareholders, stakeholders, family, friends, whatever it might be. It was a good test of that, wasn't it? And what we found out was those that we're having conversation with, that we share emotional concern for and concern with, we solidified those relationships above and beyond where they were. We built them. We actually created more business during that time than we lost if we're involved in those relationships with those conversations. So this is important. You need to pick up the phone. And you need to pick up the phone. I've engaged in a lot of different conversations, let's call it since March, okay? A lot of those on the phone, a lot of them conversations via video. We're going to get into that this week. A lot of them electronic conversations where I send a voice message, I get one back. We're going to talk about that also. But ultimately, the best conversations were the ones that we actually had a phone call with. Why? Because that's something you do with someone you care about. It's something you do with someone you care about. And the person on the other end of that line recognizes that just as much as you do. So don't make it transactional, make it relational. A good way to do that No selling, okay? Stop selling to people on the phone. Just say hi. People will ask you if you can help them. They just need to know that you're able to help them. They just need to know that you're there for them emotionally and in that relationship, because that is the foundation for that help. Presence. Presence. Okay? It is presence through conversation. So here's something you can do today and you can do this week. I would challenge you to take a small block of your time today and each day this week and practice these principles. And if you're a leader of a group, ask them to do the same. It's fascinating because when we really want to stimulate something going, some excitement, some momentum, things like that, at our office, we have a period of time where we just hit the phones. Doesn't matter where you're at in this world, you've got one. I mean, it's in your pocket, right? But in your business, let me challenge you to do this. Look at your contact list. Look at your contact list. Some of those you will have phone numbers, some of them you won't. And if you don't have a phone number, send them an email if you have an email address and say, hey, I noticed I have never really talked to you in person, or maybe I have, but I don't have your phone number in my contact list. Can you send it to me? I'd love to give you a brief call just to say hi and say, how are you? And see what happens. Send that email out and see what happens and make that phone call. And watch the magic occur with that engagement, that conversation. So this is the first one. The first way of creating engagement is through conversation. And don't sell again. Just say, how are you? And they'll say, I'm fine. How are you? Or what do you need? And then you'll know, okay, what I need is I just wanted to know that you're okay. I just haven't talked to you. And I guess I fulfilled that need. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you're smiling right now because I'm happy for you that I got to talk to you. And give a little gratitude, a little kindness, a little happiness, and try that today. That's your assignment today. It worked during COVID, by the way. We're still in COVID right now, but we get to see each other a little bit more in society. However, make that personal. Make it personal. So, starting small is a great way to rekindle this flame of engagement, to make customer engagement the mindset that you're seeking in your business. Because remember, when there's engagement, there's that emotional commitment. And we get there with conversation is the first one. So if you're in business, put this to the test today. I challenge you, figure out, does this work for you? If it doesn't work for you, you might be saying the wrong thing. You might be selling instead of caring. But let's get back to that, to the kindness, to the caring, and just pick up that phone and make a difference through a conversation. I will see you tomorrow because we're going to get a little more technological with this. We're going to talk a little technology tomorrow when we talk about how do we create engagement. This week, remember 5 things we're talking about to create engagement. Make it a great day. Go have some conversation. Spend, pick 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour if you can. Pull out your phone, look at your contact list, and dial up and just say, hey, how's it going? Record who you call. When did you call them? And this is the beginning of your contact list. There you go. Have a great day. Love you guys. Thanks for all you do. Be safe, be well, be strong.